Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm extremely honored with my selection into the Blair County Hall of Fame. I'd like to start by congratulating the other inductees on their outstanding careers. I'd like to thank the Hall of Fame committee and all my friends and family that are here to support me. I'd also like to thank Coach Lepore for that wonderful introduction and all of his guidance in high school. I needed it. A special thanks to the person who nominated me and made this night possible. I'm not quite sure who that is, and I didn't want to ask any questions because I didn't want them to change their minds. I think it's important to have role models in your life. My first role models were my mother and father. They were both very hard workers, teaching me what hard work and true character was. My father was a German immigrant, and he had elite speed. He ran in a pre-Olympic qualifier for his homeland at the age of 16. I wish my mother was here. She would tell you. My dad's not the only one that we got our talent from because she happened to be a really good catcher on the neighborhood baseball team. My other role models were my three older brothers. They each had unique qualities. Bern and Bob were both very smart and successful. They taught me a lot of useful things that I used my whole life. Tom, who was 10 years older, excelled in sports and was honored a few years ago with his induction into this prestigious Hall of Fame. He was a senior in high school when I was in fourth grade. Going to his games in high school and college inspired me to do the same. My goal, freshman year in high school, was crystal clear. I wanted to earn a Division I football scholarship. Well, high school was very stressful. I wanted so badly to succeed and follow in my brother's footsteps. We didn't have states or district games back then. We played 10 games, so every game was crucial. Teamwork was very important in achieving my goal. When the team succeeds, we all succeed. Our teamwork, along with great coaching, produced a great team. A lot of my teammates went on to play college football. I was blessed, and I was recruited by several colleges, and I visited 5. 2 trips were out west. Arizona State was a top 10 team at the time, and BYU was also another top 20 team. After visiting 3 more schools, I quickly signed with Brigham Young. I loved the Rocky Mountains, and they were also going to let me play running back. Well, long story short, things fell through at BYU, and they ended up pulling their offer very late. I wasn't sure what to do. All my other scholarship offers were gone. Fortunately, a priest, friend of the family, the late Father Flynn, knew Buddy Geis, who was in his first year coaching at Tulane, and he told him my situation. Lucky for me, I played in an all-star game the last week of July, and Coach Geis came up and scouted me. I had a really good game, and he signed me the next day. College was very challenging. I was 1,100 miles away from home, and Tulane was in the deep south. No cell phones, no internet, and one call home to my parents on a weekend. I wasn't recruited, so none of the coaches knew of me, and one obstacle I had to overcome was I said New Orleans instead of New Orleans. And I also had to get used to saying y'all instead of yins. I fought through injuries my first couple years, and I had to wait for my opportunity to play. My brother always told me that the time to win your position is in spring practice. Well, my opportunity came my third year when our starting cornerback graduated, and I knew this was my time to seize the moment. I outplayed the guy that they had penciled in to start, and I had a great spring season. I earned the Most Improved Player award that spring, and they even called me the Cinderella Man in one article. I started the next 2 years. I can still remember the day I got moved to first team. We were in our breakout meetings, and the coach announced that there would be a position change. He said, Geishauser, your first team right cornerback. I was really excited. And one of the best calls I ever made was to my father later that day. And I told him, I said, Dad, we did it. we made first team. And I expected to see him at the LSU game, next LSU game. My professional career was short-lived and cut short by the NFL player strike in 1982. I played in the preseason games, and then the strike hit, and no games for 7 weeks. I cherished my time with the Oakland Raiders, and I got a bunch of Raider stories. One I can tell tonight's a funny one. There was a club that the Raiders would all go to during summer camp. Mark Van Egan was a fullback at the time, and he had an air hockey tournament set up. You played with a partner. My partner was Jack Squirick. He played linebacker, and he made an interception in the Super Bowl the following year. We played Lyle Alzado and John Matusak. The twos is what they called them. Well, we were beating them pretty good. It was like 13-5, and the game was up to 15. All of a sudden, Alzado comes over to our side. He puts me in a bear hug, and the twos proceeds to grab the puck and knock in 10 straight goals. And they beat us 15-13. And we're like, hey, what's up with that? And so there was a bunch of crazy rules scribbled on the blackboard that we never read. And the twos says, you guys didn't read the last rule. And sure enough, we looked over, and the last rule in very small print said, no rookies were allowed to win. So in closing, I'd like to say that I had some truly memorable football experiences. I played against top talent in college. I played against Clemson the year they won one of their national championships. I played against top LSU teams in our yearly rivalry games, and we beat them twice. I played against two of the greatest quarterbacks of my time, John Elway and Joe Montana. I was fortunate to coach the junior high team at BG for over 10 years. I was also privileged to coach with my son-in-law, Corey Husted, this past season, and we won the league championship with my grandson, Henry. I have a great wife, Beth, and we've been together since our sophomore year in high school, nearly 52 years. And they say it couldn't be done. She was a cheerleader then, and my number one cheerleader my entire life. Beth gave me 3 awesome kids, Ryan, Katie, and Tara, all outstanding athletes and parents. Katie and Tara were both Lady Marauders and part of that legacy. Ryan had an outstanding football career at BG and went on to start 4 years for Mansfield University. Together with their spouses, Megan, Corey, and Thad, made me a proud grandfather 7 times. Ladies and gentlemen, my Hall of Fame induction is the greatest athletic award of my life, and my family is the greatest success story. I call it the home team. Thank you very much, and I'll cherish this night forever.